What's up, nerds? I have been gone for a little bit due to catching the Rona, but I am back, and I wanted to ask you a question here, and that is pink real? Now, it sounds like, obviously, like of course it's real. We know what pink is. But broadly speaking, do we think that language affects our perception of color? In the English language, we have these obligatory colors, I like to call them. So it's like, red, green, blue, these broad categories that we tend to think in. So let's look at a color wheel. Now, if we look at a color wheel, we can immediately start to identify some of our core colors in the English language, right? Like we got yellow up here, we got orange over here, we got red, we got, pink is somewhere around here, purple exists over here, and we've got blue, right? And we just made it around halfway of that circle. But let's look at the other half. Isn't it interesting? We got blue, we got green, and kind of an aqua-ish color. We don't really have a name for that. So on one half, we have a whole bunch of specific names, and on the other half, we really kind of only have green and blue. Now you might be thinking to yourself, what does this have to do with pink? And to answer that, we first have to talk about Russia. Yes, Russia. While we in the English language use the term blue to cover a lot of ground on the color spectrum, in Russian, they actually have two separate core obligatory colors that they separate out. And here are the two. Now, my Russian isn't very good, but I'll give it the best shot. We have gulboy and we have sini. Now, to our eyes as English speakers, these both look like different shades of blue. But if you were to grow up Russian, so I've heard, I have never grown up Russian, these are two distinct separate colors. So if we were to jump back to this color wheel, we might say sini exists somewhere around here and gulboy is maybe around here. Now, I know that's not perfect, but you can see kind of this jump. Now, when we look at this jump, we would still say it looks pretty blue. But does language affect our perception of color? Here's the interesting thing. Let's compare back to red. We see red, and if we do a similar jump, we see pink. Isn't that interesting? A very similar jump. So we have like sini, gulboy, right? We have these two separate colors in the Russian language, and to our eyes, we don't see a huge difference, but we can see an immense difference between red and pink. To visualize that a different way, we would see all of these colors here as blue, but they would separate these into two distinct color categories, just as we can identify variations between red and variations between pink. Now, of course, we still do have words to describe some of these in-between areas, right? Like we could say, like aquamarine or teal can kind of fit in this middle blue area. We could say, lime green might be a really strong, potent green. Or we might say, a burnt orange is an orange that gets a lot closer to red. But these are all variations on our core colors. So when we have more names for core colors, we tend to be more sensitive to the differences between them. Due to the fact that we have grown up continually honing our sensitivity to reds and pinks, we can do a really good job distinguishing in differences between those minor color changes. Whereas when it comes to blue, we're less sensitive to the nuance that color can bring. So to answer the question, yes, pink does exist. But isn't it fascinating how if we grow up with these core colors, we develop a greater sensitivity to the differences between them? Well, if you like this video and you want to see more content about the visual side of filmmaking and storytelling, feel free to hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video, hit the like button and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to continue this discussion. All right, later, friends.